Just because I'm blonde, don't think I'm dumb, 'cause this dumb blonde ain't...
Hi, this is Dolly Parton, and this is the timeline of my career.
Just because I'm blonde, don't think I'm dumb, 'cause this dumb blonde ain't nobody's fool.
There's nothing like the first time for anything, right? And of course, being a singer and a songwriter, having your first album is especially special. And I was on Monument Records at the time, and Fred Foster, who owned Monument Records and the publishing company I wrote with also, called Combine, well, he took a real personal interest in me. But I just remember thinking, I'm doing my first album. This is amazing. And so it was a real special time, and that really was kind of like when I felt like that I was a real professional and that I was really in the business and that I was going to be doing all right. There's always a lot of nerves anytime you're doing anything that you want to be good at, and especially when you're new at it and you're working with people that you've never known before. I'm a country girl, and so I was excited, but I was nervous. I was hoping for the best, and I wanted to sing my best, to be my best, to present myself to the musicians and the background singers. I wanted to impress them with my songs because I wrote a lot of the songs in the album, and I just wanted to try to begin to be a professional. And I just remember everybody was so supportive and so kind and generous, but that's the way it is with country people, in country music especially.
You thought I'd wait and you thought I'd wait. I'll catch you and it don't try to make me feel sorry for you.
One of the songs from the Hello Dolly album, or one of the songs I had on Monument Records when I first had my first top 10 record, was a song called Dumb Blonde. And it says, just because I'm blonde, don't think I'm dumb, because this dumb blonde ain't nobody's fool. And of course, I've tried to carry that with me all these years. But it was that song that got the attention of Porter Wagoner, who at that time had the #1 syndicated country show in the nation. And he had lost the girl singer, Norma Jean, that had been a big star on his show for years. She was going to marry and move back to Oklahoma City. And so he was looking for a new girl singer. He'd seen me on some local TV, and there was a lot of talk in town about the new girl in town, and that was me at the time. And I was very excited that I was stirring up a little ruckus around town. And so Porter called me down to talk to him, and I thought that it was probably to record some songs that I had been sending to him and to Norma Jean. So I went into Porter's office and I said, oh, well, hello, I'm Dolly. And he said, yes, you are. I know all about you. And I've got an opening for a girl singer on my show. Would you be interested? I said, well, I'll have to think about that. Yes, I will. So, anyway, it was about that quick. So anyhow, that's when I became a member on Porter's show, and it was really that show that really got me over the moon as far as my career. That really kind of started it all for me, big time. Well, my relationship with Porter was kind of up and down. We kind of collided all the time because we were both very strong-willed, very, very confident people. But when I had started with Porter's show, I had told him that I would stay for 5 years because I never had planned to be just a girl singer in somebody else's show. I wanted to be a girl singer that was going to be my own person and be a star on my own. So we were doing so well together, doing duets, that I was really a big part of his show, and his show really became much bigger because of our duets and our collaboration together and our just the way we were together. It's kind of like Sonny and Cher. You know, we were kind of fire and ice. We'd kind of go, you know, against each other. But we fought a lot, but there was a lot of love. There was a lot of respect. I learned a lot from Porter. And even though the times were rough, I managed to stay 7 years before I went out on my own. But I wouldn't take anything for the times. We clashed a lot. We kind of partied on bad terms, but we pulled all that back together through the years. Anytime you separate, whether it's a relationship, friendship, marriage, or partnership in business, there's always tender feelings. people get hurt at the time. Somebody got to lose for a while. But eventually, we all won.
When you thought I'd cry, you called me a dumb blonde. Back through the years, I go wandering once again, back to the seasons of my youth.
Coat of Many Colors was a song that I wrote while I was with the Porter Wagoner Show. In fact, it's in my museum. We were going on tour, and Porter was getting on our tour bus, and he'd stopped at the cleaners to get his costumes that he'd had cleaned, and there was a cleaning tag still on the tag on his suit that he had hanging on the wall. And this song just started coming to me, The Coat of Many Colors, and I started writing it down, on that little paper. And so that's how I wrote Coat of Many Colors. But it was just something that I think it had been a memory that had always hurt me, and I'd been holding that inside and didn't know it, because it was a true story about that little ragged coat. And then it just started to come to me at that time. And so after I finished it, it was a really good and moving song. Porter liked it, I liked it, we recorded it, and people liked it, and it has been the little gift that keeps on giving, because all through the years I had a book about it. It's in the Imagination Library. I did a movie, Coat of Many Colors, on NBC. I did a Christmas movie called Christmas of Many Colors, a kind of an extension of the Coat of Many Colors. So it's just really been a special little movie, a little song that's lended itself to movies as well as other things. But that particular album I recorded then also included a lot of other stories and songs that I had written from back home. Well, when the Coat of Many Colors album got nominated for the CMA Album of the Year, that was really a wonderful, wonderful compliment to me. Any of those kind of things, I don't work for awards, but any kind of acknowledgement like that, especially as a songwriter, makes you really, really proud. And that was just some of those things in the very, very beginning of my career that I often go back and think about. So being here where I am now, looking back, it's all those things that made me who I am, and this keeps, that kind of keeps me where I am, keeps me sane, is kind of connecting always to my childhood.
You made my coat of many colors that I was so proud of. Now Leroy's more than trouble. He stands about 6'4".
When I left the Porter Wagoner Show, I wanted to be free. I wanted to be me. I wanted to do something that I could do, as an individual. I didn't care if I was a girl or a boy. I just happened to be a girl. I was a singer. I was a songwriter. I was an entertainer. I was a musician. And I wanted to do something good. So there was a company called Showbiz, and so I went to them and asked if they would be interested in doing a show with me. And they were. And it was called Dolly. It was the first show. I did a variety show later. This was the very first one where I had a lot of guest artists on. The theme song was Love Is Like a Butterfly. I would come down out of a swing every day when I did the show, or every week. And of course, then at the end of it, I would close it. My signature song was I Will Always Love You. And so I got to meet a lot of wonderful artists during that time. That's when I met Kenny Rogers, and I had Linda and Emmy Lou on the show. I had the Fifth Dimension. I had KC and the Sunshine Band. We had all these people, that were coming to be on the show that I was just bowled over, that I had these kind of people, me still kind of being a country girl and all, and that was kind of really not in country music, but I was trying to broaden my horizons, trying to be more, to appeal to a broader audience and all that. So it really was a learning experience for me. A lot of hard work. Anytime you do a weekly show like that, you got to kind of work all week to get it done. But I met so many people. I learned so many things that I applied to so many other projects later on down the line, because I learned about being a businesswoman, learned about being involved in the production, learned about how you have to kind of stand up for yourself, and not only for yourself, for other people around you. So it's all a learning experience, and that was a wonderful time because I was me.
He's got a 32 gun in his pocket for fun and got a razor in his...
He didn't say a word to me about yesterday. He's too happy. His wife left this morning on a 2-month cruise to the South Seas.
Yeah, lucky her. I don't know. She still has to come back to him, poor thing.
9 to 5, was really a joy for me. And it was like something I was not expecting. I had been offered movie roles at different times. I had not been interested in doing the movies. Because at that time, my writing career, my entertaining, I was traveling, touring, I was doing really well with that. And so I didn't want to kind of get sidetracked just then. But when Jane Fonda came to me and presented this idea to me, I thought, well, how can I not do this? Jane Fonda's a huge star. I always loved her, and I loved her daddy, Henry. And I love Lily Tomlin. She told me that Lily was going to be in it. And I thought, well, how hard can this be? I thought, well, if it's a big success, I can just join in there with Lily and Jane. And if it's a big flop, I'll just blame it on them. Because nobody thinks about me being a movie star, so nobody's going to blame me. So I thought, well, what have I got to lose? I've got everything to gain and nothing to lose. But that was one of the greatest times in my life, that every day on that set, we were at Fox Studios in LA, and the weather was beautiful, life was beautiful. I was beginning to really blossom as a human being, as an artist, as all the things I dreamed of being, coming into my own and having some control of, because part of my deal with Jane was that I would do it, but I said I have to write the theme song and I get to record it. That was part of my deal. Every day on the set, I just watch what was going on, and I have these acrylic nails, and they sounded like a typewriter to me. And it was all about secretaries, so I'd kind of look around. I just like that, like in the mornings I get up, I'd tumble out of bed and stumble to the kitchen, and different things on the set, like working 9 to 5, what a way to make a living. And every day I'd pick up different stories, different things I'd see the women doing, and I'd go back to my hotel room at night, get my guitar and play it and put it down on tape. So it was over a period of time I wrote the theme song, just kind of playing off of all the girls. And then when I got ready to record it, I brought all the women, not the men, just all the women, because it was about the women in the workplace. And everybody on set, even the script girls, whoever they were, I brought them all down to the studio to sing on it with me. And I played my nails on a separate track, and it says Nails by Dolly, which I think is funny. So all through the years now, I have to play my nails. But that was a joyful time. Dabney Coleman, who played Mr. Hart, and he was like a real turd in the movie, but he was a real great guy in person. And he really helped me a lot about being in the movies, because I didn't know where to stand. I didn't know about lights and angles and all that stuff. I was just I was a little nervous, of course, but I was confident that I could do it. So he was good about it. Jane and Lily were good about helping me through all that. So that was a really, really joyful time, and Lord, look at the success it's had. I was a curious little kid. I was always in trouble because I was so nosy. I just, I wanted to hear everything. I wanted to do everything. I wanted to be a part of everything. I wanted to be big, when I was little. And now that I'm still little, I still want to be big.
I see he caught you.
I'm a tree I can bend.
Hang in there, honey. It's almost 5 o'clock.
Your trip to the Smokies really isn't complete unless you visit Dollywood and share a family treat.
In 1986, we started Dollywood, but I've been dreaming about that long before. I used to think early on in my career, if I ever get to be the star I want to be, as successful as I want to be, I want to do something great for my people back home. I want to honor my father and mother, as it says in the Bible. I didn't leave home because I wasn't happy there. I love the Smoky Mountains and I love my family, but I wanted to do more. So I thought, well, when I can, I would love to go back, and I would love to have a theme park, a place where people can go to have fun. Because I remember as little poor children ourselves, even the county fair that we would maybe get to go to every year, for a little bit. That was the greatest thing on earth, for me. And they had like Silver Dollar City, which was actually on the grounds there, and I actually went into business with the Hershon family that had a business there. And so we when they found out that I was thinking about building a park, they said, well, why don't we just do all this together? And so we did, and it made it so much better for all of us because they knew that business. I didn't. I had that dream. But that's another thing about me. I know what I know, and I know what I don't know. And what I don't know, I know who does, and I'll go search them out. And so you have to find people that know their business, and the Herschel family, that was their business, entertainment, amusement areas, and they just knew that world. And so based on what my thoughts and dreams were, we incorporated that and really have made a multi-million-dollar business through the years. And it's a park that gives back, because we have the Dollywood Foundation, where we have the Imagination Library, where we give books to children from the time they're born till they go to school. We just have all sorts of programs for children, high school students. We have scholarships. We have all sorts of things through that. So we're not just a park that just makes money, money, money. I love it to flow. I love it to go, coming back and forth like money goes in, money comes out. Like I try to keep an open heart, an open mind, open eyes and open hands.
Get away to Dollywood. It's home's fun.
I'm really sorry about the children part, Lynn.
I know. Shelby's afraid that Jackson will be throwing away his chance to have children.
Still Magnolias was a movie that just kind of, it came to me, really, because I know the director didn't even particularly want me to be in it. But Ray Stark had wanted to have me in the movie. He's the one that produced it. And so I guess he had seen me around, and I was kind of making a name for myself, and I'd been in, a few things before, 9 to 5 and Best Little Whorehouse. And so anyhow, I thought this was a perfect role for me, because if I had not made it in the business, I would have been a beautician, because I would have had to have got discount prices on makeup and hair color and bleach and all of that. So I understood, because I used to always do my mama's hair, because I'm very creative too. I'm good with my hands, so I do good hair. So I felt like Truvy. I felt like I was fit right in that spot, and I really liked the role that I played, and that was a huge success. I loved working with all those women. Somebody said, "How did you get along with all those women?" I said, "I just prayed that we weren't all PMS at the same time."
I really wish I had some words of wisdom, but I don't. So why don't we just focus on the joy of the situation? If you don't want to see me, I'll just turn that bus around and head on back to Nashville.
Well, when Hannah Montana came on the air and little Miley Cyrus, my little goddaughter, was the star of it, I was so proud of her. I thought she was sensational. I thought, what a great little comedian she is, and what a great little actress. And of course she's a great singer, but she was so perfect in that spot. And she told them that, she said, "I want my Aunt Dolly on here." She calls me Aunt Dolly. And she said, "I want her on the show." So they wrote me in the show, and we just worked so great together, and I was on a few times. And thanks to her, I had a whole new following of people that were turned on to me, these young little kids, that were her fans, and kids that were fans of just the whole show and the other little artists on the show. But here I am, Miley's fairy godmother, and on the show, and kind of sharing all that with her. And I really loved the time that we spent with her doing the show. And for me, watching her being such a pro, she didn't know it, but I was watching her like a proud mama, thinking, "You go, you little thing. I'm so proud of you." And I've always been proud of Molly. She is so talented. Everybody complains about all the things she goes through and all the things she's done, but she's like me. She's finding her own space. She's finding her own things, and she'll always land on her feet. I don't always have to agree with everything she does, but it ain't my business. That's her life. I'm just her fairy godmother, and I love her.
You are sprouting like a rose bush after a month of rain, only not as wet and twice as pretty.
Mary, did you know that your baby boy
will one day walk on water. I love Christmas, everything about it. Years ago, 30 years ago, I did a Christmas album, but I've been wanting to do some updated, newer songs, and everybody said, oh, do a new Christmas album. So I thought, well, this is the perfect year to do it, because people are going to pretty much be in-house, and they're going to, kind of not be out as much as they naturally would be. But I was also in the house when we were confined. I started writing some new Christmas songs, and I was gathering up songs that I thought I would like to do for Christmas, some classics and some new ones, and I started getting in touch with people that I wanted to sing with, like Jimmy Fallon. And then I recorded a song called Holly Jolly Christmas that Burl Ives had a big hit on years ago, and that's where I got the idea to call the album A Holly Dolly Christmas. And I kind of talk during the instrumental part of the song and saying, what I thought about the song and why I called it Holly Dolly Christmas. So anyway, I wrote a few songs of my own, new ones. I did some classics like I Saw Mama Kissing Santa Claus, did a beautiful song that's destined to be a great Christmas classic called Mary Did You Know. It's a wonderful album. I'm very, very proud of it. And so let's see how it does. Merry Christmas. I used to think about if I was to become as successful as I dreamed and hoped that I would be. I wondered if when I got to the age I am now, looking back, how I would feel about my career and what would people think about me. And so I'm kind of at that place where reflecting is really emotional to me. It's touching to me. It's humbling to me to know that I've been able to see so many of my dreams come true.